Everyone always talks about these three secret things that nobody is talking about. And what is these three things? In this video, you'll find out. A lot of modern day problems are mostly on this one concept: emotional regulation. And how does this correlate to all the problems that modern society has? Well, how do we manage all our problems, you're asking? Through numbing it and making it a bigger problem tomorrow. So, how do we fix this? You have to go ahead and understand what that problem will do now and what it will do tomorrow. And I know you might be saying, well, this is so stupid. I want to go ahead and numb it now so that tomorrow it probably wouldn't be a big deal. But actually, it will make a much bigger deal. But I know people don't really think about this. But let's say in 20 days or a month, or maybe even a year, you're just going to do the same habits, and this will make you lose out on so much opportunities, so much money, so much friends. All this stuff all happens on a consistent basis, and like you lose out on so much things that was in your hands. I see so much people actually go ahead and misunderstand this one simple tiny thing about studying, and how this isn't just strictly about studying. And there was this one study where this person had 8 hours of sleep and he only studied 1 hour. And this beats being up for 5 hours and studying for 4 hours. So why is this? There's two things. One is fragmented attention and the rate of deep focus. And what is shocking about the rate of deep focus and fragmented attention is that when you're deprived of oxygen because you're sleeping less and you have all this information that needs to be sorted on a much quicker rate, your ability to sort out new information diminishes. So when you go ahead and you need to go ahead and study new information, well, of course, the person that slept 8 hours and has more oxygen flowing through their brain on a consistent basis is obviously going to do well on the test. And I think it's very counterintuitive that high school students and like sometimes college students have to wake up at 8 a.m. to go ahead and go to class for 1 or maybe even 2 hours to go ahead and learn irrelevant dated content. Circadian rhythm is, of course, changing. So they're going to bed at 11, waking up at 9, but then school starts at 8 a.m., which is counterintuitive. So therefore, grades are slipping. It is why you have to go ahead and fix this one problem of deep focus. So get more sleep. Go ahead and try to get 9 hours of sleep and study for 1 hour of just that one thing. So go ahead, do that one thing, no distractions, and see how much progress you make in a day. It's shocking. And it's more, and you save a lot of time by actually going ahead and deep focusing on one thing compared to fragmented attention on 3 things. How do I make systems that actually go ahead and are right for a majority of the time? Well, the reason is you don't have to be very good at math, sciences, all these things. All you have to do is tell an AI assistant to make a system or a code or an application that does the heavy lifting while you're actually doing the executing. And what this allows you to do is tenfold what people are doing nowadays, because people are doing the most inefficient work, and that is labor. which is human capital. And it's so inefficient that, robots beat them because they're very precise. They do the job 24/7. Humans have to sleep. Yes, the good days of being 5 years old on the playground, going down the swings with your friends, going down the slides with your friends, being pushed by other people playing soccer. The good days of optimistic pragmatism. But then, as we age, and now you have anxiety. Why is this? Because there's this one secret thing about optimistic pragmatism that everyone misunderstands. And what that is the fact that when you're in this state of mind, it's actually the experiences that shape you into the person you are today. And how do we go ahead and combat my experiences into actually converting it into optimistic pragmatism? So, how you could instantly go ahead and do this is by realizing what your fear is and how to negligate some of this desire into a goal that is pretty big and pushes you to be on the edge every single day. Now, life has a very interesting way of rewarding people, and it's not what you think, because 99% of people get wrecked by 1% of people. And why is this? Because if you think about the long term or the longer time frame, you will disproportionately get rewarded. And this disproportion on the long term is so drastic that it's not even funny how compounded these returns are in. I actually have a bonus for all you guys who actually got this far into the video. What is the difference between quantity and quality, and when should I use these two things? So the thing about volume threshold is like, let's say for example, you think about probability and statistics, which is so convoluted. So let me go ahead and explain you in beginner terms. So let's say I go ahead and I shoot one basketball in a hoop. So the probability of me getting a 3-pointer is very low. But if I shoot 1,000 basketballs in that one hoop, the probability of me getting one basketball in that hoop is very high. And in anything, you only need a couple of basketballs in order to win big. And this correlates to anything in life. So how do I go ahead and do this? So all you have to do is increase your inputs and be patient with your outputs. And all you have to do is just grind, because the inputs take a little bit of time. I think it takes 2 to 3 months of just effort. So you might be wondering, what is quality all about? So remember how I told you about the thing about deep focus? So quality is something that is so misunderstood, because I know a lot of people actually have fragmented attention. So let's say for instance, you're in college and you're listening to your professor, but you're like, no, my professor is so boring. I want to go ahead and watch Netflix because he's just rambling about something that I probably already know. So you're watching Netflix and you're like, I also have to go take notes. So you're like taking notes, and your notes are like chicken scratch because you're also splitting your attention and the quality of your work is diminished. So after you go ahead and see the fruition of the volume that you put in with all this effort, you could actually go ahead and translate that into quality. And this shift makes your gains so much more exponential. And since you have the credentials of all this status of what you achieved with your effort through your volume, then you could go ahead and see all this progress very, very quickly. So that is why you have to understand the difference between quantity and quality, and using them simultaneously is one secret that people completely misunderstand. So here are my 3, with the bonus of course, ways on how to instantly level up. How do I win these goals? So it's so simple. All you have to do is make systems where you're right for a majority of the times, and therefore you have something that is worth achieving to your goal. That's the simple trick that allows you to go ahead and be more optimistic. 4 years is a very long time. So this is why I'm creating a waitlist for a course to making 2025 your year. It will have skill stacking, knowledge outsourcing, everything in this video so that I have talked about. So this is why I'm creating it. So link is right here, and it would also be in the description. So bye everyone, see you guys in the next video.